Hello everyone, Mr. Dino023 here, and I am here joined by Stormcrow56k. As promised, guys, I'm sorry to Stormcrow and for all the audience. The first interview just got deleted, but I'm sure this one is gonna go even better because we had time to practice. So Stormcrow, hello, how are you?
Hey, good man. How are you, Mr. Dino?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Are you okay doing this for the second time in a row?
yeah, it's all good. Things happen. So it's just another opportunity.
Yeah, it is, indeed, it is. Yeah, so thank you so much for your time again. So Stormcrow here is a speedrunner, mostly known for retro speedrunning stuff. But you tell about the audience what you do normally when you stream, and what are you speedrunning currently, Stormcrow?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I stream. I started off with NES speedrunning, or at least when I got into speedrunning. Started off actually doing Magic Online as a streaming outlet. But yeah, so mainly NES stuff. I just finished TMNT Arcade recently. Got a pretty good 1cc time and was able to bring the record down for any percent by almost 2 minutes. So that was awesome. Definitely still some time left on that one, but unfortunately I went way too hard and using an arcade stick kind of messed my wrists up. So currently recovering from that. So not doing a lot of streaming right now.
Yeah, man, I can see that. Like, definitely, man, sorry about your wrist. Do you have any news, by the way, from the doctor or anything about like what's gonna happen with them?
I haven't gone. I need to go. You know, it seems like every time I have like a weird injury or something like this, I go and they're like, just give it a few weeks, and then a few weeks later it's better. So that's kind of why I've been putting it off. But I think at this point, I mean, they are making progress, but I'm gonna go. I might need to get some physical therapy or something, but you know, I don't think there's anything torn or anything like that. So
oh man, I really hope that they get healed pretty soon so that you can come back and claim more world records, because
appreciate it.
You have what, like Little Nemo, you have Turtles 1cc. What else you have down your sleeve right now? World records, or just like really good PVs that you feel proud of?
Yeah, so, and I've lost, I've lost a lot this year.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I've lost at least 4 or 5 records this year, which, you know, will happen. That's a good thing that people keep pushing games. But yeah, so yeah, I've got Nemo, which that's my, you know, my proudest accomplishment. I do want to go back and improve that at some point. My capture was not great at that point either. I was like dropping frames too. But yeah, I've got the Turtles Arcade, Splatterhouse 1 Paku Graffiti, which is the NES Famicom Splatterhouse. Let's see, got a couple records in Zoop for Super Nintendo. Let's see, I can't even think right now. I think there might be 1 or 2 more.
1cc,
but once. Oh yeah,
TMNT Arcade, right?
Oh yeah, well yeah, we talked about that. Actually, Nemo, the arcade game, but it's uncontested.
Oh.
I'm the only person with the 1cc on the board, but my 1cc does beat the any percent record, so that's something. But yeah, fun little easy platforming arcade game. People should check it out. Worth a play.
Agree. So tell us a little bit more. How like, what is your train of thought when you decide to select a game to speedrun, and how you tackle them? How do you tackle like learning a new speedrun?
Sure. Yeah, I definitely like to do a lot of practicing. I mean, it kind of depends on the game too. If it's more of a community game, like for instance, Golf Grand Slam is this weird NES game that me and a bunch of friends played a while back, and like we all just jumped into that, and that's a whole different beast. But yeah, usually I like to do my my practice offline, heavy save state practicing. If there is a tutorial, as painful as it can be to watch those sometimes, I do like to watch them just to try and get a better understanding of the mechanics and stuff. Watch as many runs as you can, not just the world record, and yeah, try your best to really learn it well before you jump in.
Got it. And so when you get a new game to speedrun, how do you decide, like, you know what, I want to go for a world record on this? Is that a switch that suddenly turns on, like, when you realize you're so good already? Or is that something you decide from the very beginning?
It depends on the game, for sure. So like Nemo, I said that's what I started off with and discovered speedrunning. Little Nemo, I should say, not Nemo, the arcade game.
All right.
So I started off, got like a pretty good time. 6 to 9 months, came back later, and then decided I wanted to push for the record after I was kind of realizing I had some potential. But yeah, I mean, sometimes it depends on like looking at the record and just saying, oh, I could beat that, and then sometimes it's a game that you're really passionate about. So yeah, I try and not think too much about my speed running, as I want to play what I'm enjoying and never force anything. So I think that goes into that too.
Understand. All right. So now let me ask you, because we mentioned already on the Speedrunning News Network episode about your upcoming speedrun podcast. Go look.
Yeah.
I always forget. Go look, go fast.
Good luck,
fast.
go
Good
fast.
luck, go
Yeah.
fast. Man, I don't know why I'm always like mixing the words.
All
But
good.
man, I'm really looking forward to it. I know it's gonna be released, the first episode, I think this upcoming Sunday. But tell us a little bit more about this podcast. What is it gonna be about, and what do you want to like talk about on your podcast?
Sure. Yeah, and thanks so much for that shout out. We'll be giving you some shout outs too.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. So good luck, go fast. Yeah, it'll be this Sunday. What is that? The 15th at 12 p.m. Eastern.
All right.
So it's myself and Zorilla33 will be my co-host with me. Awesome dude, just hilarious guy, great speedrunner as well. He's a little bit newer, not that I'm that old of a speedrunner either. He's got a few years on me on that note. Yeah, it's we're definitely trying to have fun. Like I said, he's a really funny guy. So we've actually been working in some bits, and yeah, you'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully they land. But we're covering retro speed running as the core concept. We definitely want to go into different areas. I've got a list of people, different topics we want to talk about. Whether it's tasks, retro achievements, arcade. I mean, there's so much room, to talk about. But our first episode is just really going to be introducing ourselves. Kind of sharing our background, explaining what we want to do, going over some news. Because there's been a lot going on lately, and then a year in review for 2019, because it has been a pretty cool year for retro speedrunning, in my opinion.
Yeah, agree. All right, and this is intended to be like a monthly podcast, I assume, right?
Yeah, on average. I mean, this is definitely going to be, just more of a passion project for us. We definitely both have our own streams and everything. But yeah, we want to shoot for around. Sometimes we might do slightly more. Sometimes we might have a little bit more of a break. But yeah, I think a monthly basis will be pretty standard.
Got it. And that's a good goal, I think, in my opinion. So for all the people that is watching, if they want to listen to this podcast, where can they find it?
Yes, so for right now, we'll be live streaming it on Twitch. So twitch.tv/goodluckgofast. Also, you can find us on YouTube. We'll be uploading the podcast onto YouTube. So there's, we're not going to be live video on there, but there will be some stuff going on the screen. And we're on Twitter as well, so definitely give us a follow there. For now, that's it. We definitely like to get an RSS feed and get ourselves into different podcast venues, but it's a fairly niche audience, and we just want to get the ball rolling. So for now, we're gonna go where the people are, that are actually speedrunning. So.
Got it. Yeah, it's definitely a niche audience. In my opinion, I think it's growing, and it's so good to see more and more people joining, not only like speedrunning games, but actually on the content creation side of things. Like there is honestly like just more and more really cool stuff to watch, and in this case it's gonna be like to listen about speedrunning like nowadays.
Yeah, oddly enough too, my a friend that I met through running Splatterhouse, and he was actually we got to meet at SGDQ. Lat Mackey, I call him Matt because that's his name. He's starting a podcast, or he already started a podcast called Sequence Break. So awesome guy, definitely worth a check on that as well. Look it up.
Definitely gonna be looking that up. All right, so 2020 is around the corner, Stormcrow, and assuming that one of your goals is to have your grits healed, do you have any other goals, like maybe speedrun related or Weird Dude podcast or something else you have in mind for 2020?
You know, I was thinking about that today. Actually, I've been seeing a lot of people on Twitter posting up their, 2020 goals and stuff. And I honestly, I think it comes back to what I was talking about before. I don't want to put myself in a position where I've said I'm going to do something and then I don't want to do it, which I've done before. So as of right now, I definitely just kind of want to flow and see. I've got some ideas of projects I want to start as far as speed runs. And I do want to keep expanding the types of games and types of systems I play on. I'd say that's really the only goal, is just to kind of get out of my comfort zone.
All right. Sounds good. So, well, everybody, Stormcrow56k, we're definitely gonna be leaving all the links down in the description where you can follow him and you can follow the podcast as well. Remember to tune in this Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern on Good Luck Go Fast on Twitch. And later on, it's going to be uploaded, of course, to YouTube and Twitter and all other avenues for you to check it out. But Stormcrow, do you have anything else that you would like to add before we close this interview?
No, I don't think so, man. I really appreciate you having me on here again. And you're doing great things. So keep it up. And thanks again.
Hey, thank you, Stormcrow, for taking this interview once again. And well, wish you the best of luck with any projects and of course with the podcast in this 2020.
All right, thanks so much, man.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.